Thank you for the invitation. And I thought it was an amazing opportunity to talk about things in general. So I'd like to have this in interactive, but I know with so many people to give the voice to everyone, it's going to be a little bit of chaotic. So let's use the chat, the chat window. So if you could write down where you're connecting from, the city, the country, just I have an idea. We're talking a little bit about this a couple of minutes ago. So if you use the chat, because I'm gonna use the chat for other things. So I wanna see how used to Zoom you are. So nobody's writing so far. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yerevan, Armenia. Who else? Shishir from Nepal. Amazing. Nice. Good. You know, we're 28 people. More. Write it down. I want this to be interactive because we're gonna Kigali, Rwanda, Philippines. Oh, Vanator. Or join me, Georgia. Good. Yerevan. Good. I'm connecting from Madrid, Spain. And don't be shy. Okay. Nice. Sunny Armenia. Here is also sunny. Very sunny. Have some rabbits running outside. Good. So I'd like to start. And if you don't mind, I'm going to share my screen with you. And then it's going to help me to tell the stories I want to tell. So let me do this. And share. So you should be. I know you're looking for this. Can you see my screen? You can use the chat. You should be like the title. Yeah. You're not seeing my presenter notes, right? You're seeing the full screen with the title, right? Armin. Okay, good. Well done. So yes. So let me get my chat window back. Good. Well done, guys. So let me start. And we're going to use this chat window to speak. So I'm going to talk about fall in love with the problem, not the solution. But I want to be a little bit broader than that: the problem, the solution, and talk about other things. So the co-title is "Building a Venture is not about the product; it's about solving a problem." Right? I want to start and introduce again myself, if you allow me. So my first startup I built when I was 11 years old, and this was back in 1983. So don't do the calculations, please. But it was like back in 1983 in Brazil. I'm originally from Brazil, and it was a software development company. And it was like a big adventure. You were 11, and they're like, the computers were not the computers that we have today. They're a pre-internet era, and you couldn't find even books or good books about programming in public libraries or in libraries. But I was self-taught how to program, and it was a very successful endeavor. Me and my elder brother, he was 12, I was 11. And it was my passion for entrepreneurship. Although we're not called entrepreneurs in that time, it was not as cool as it is today, to have our own company and fight for our dreams. And this was like around the world. I mean, in the old days, you couldn't even think about having your own company, right? It was a really tough thing. I remember my friends who were thinking about having a company is because their parents had a company and they were going to inherit that company. I could only work to study to work on a company, or for the government in the time. That it was not very attractive. It's still today, but it was my thing. And then suddenly, not that suddenly, but it seemed like suddenly we started to have this option to have our own companies. So my passion for technology started in early ages. As I told you, 11 years old. It was my first tech company. It was a software development company. And then I studied computer engineering. I'm a computer engineer. But the things that I did, they worked perfectly, but they were very ugly. And then I started to study art. and I studied art in Brazil, and then I quit to study art in New York. So I went to New York University. I was accepted at MIT Media Lab, and also in Karlsruhe in Germany, but I wanted to not sleep in New York. And so I wanted to go to an art school, art and technology. I studied interactive telecommunications, and it was at NYU Tisch. And also because I wanted to be out of my comfort zone, okay? So a lot of interesting people study there and studied there. So it's our first quiz. So I'll show you a picture and you write down who you think is this person. Who is she? Who is she? Write it down. I want this to be interactive. Who is this lady? Who is this lady? Lady Gaga. Well done. Point for Aaron. Who's her? Who's this lady? Lady Gaga was the first one. Who is she? No idea? She's in a really bad movie recently in Netflix now, but she's better actress than the last movie. Who is she? Nobody. Write me anything, even if you say, I don't know, I have no idea. Who is this lady? No, it's not Emma Watson, but good. Thank you for trying. It's not. No, nobody. It's like 30 people. Nobody knows who's this lady. Okay, so let me move on. Maybe you know about this. It's not Donald Trump. Who is he? Who is he? Come on. Oh, well done. Adam, you're right. Okay, who's this guy? Anna Hathaway, yes. Naira, no, not him. The second one. Anna Hathaway. Yeah, this is Franco. Yeah, not Franco from Spain. James Franco. Yeah. Aaron, you're in the top of this game. Who is this guy? Who's this guy? Spike Lee. Whoa, well done. Who is she? Who is she? It's like 6 more. You can do this. You can do this. Come on, this is too easy, right? Whoopi. She's Whoopi Goldberg. Okay. Golden movie. Okay, who's this girl over here? You know her. Yeah. Angelina. Sure. Well done. Okay, who's this young lady here? She's not an actress though. I'm moving from movies. Don't know. Okay. Her last name is Clinton. Chelsea. She's Chelsea Clinton. Who's this guy? Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Daniel. Who's this guy? Scorsese. Right on. Aaron, you're on this top of this guy. I think your startup is like in the movie industry. Okay, this is a tough one. This is Dennis Crowley. He's the guy from Foursquare. And the last one, I mean, if you don't know this, oh my God, they're talking about startups. Okay, thank you, Musk. Yeah, thank you, Shisha. Yeah, this is Elon Musk, the guy that, Elon, the guy is launching rockets better and cheaper than NASA, Okay, so all these guys, they're involved, they're from my university. Some of them I met in person. Elon Musk spent 2 years in a row celebrating New Year's with me and my family. It was with his family, although he's not answering my phone calls anymore. I mean, I still hang out with part of his family, and out of comfort zone and interesting. So I'm gonna do this part really a little bit quicker today. I have many hats. One of the hats is that I give conferences around the world for Singularity University, for Harvard, MIT. I direct a program in Davos. I collaborated with the World Economic Forum. So I have a lot of speaking engagement. Now it's digital speaking engagements, but hopefully I'll be traveling again, hopefully to Armenia, but I'll also going to other parts of the world. So I'm into public speaking, and I talk about technology in general. I'm also into startups. I'm involved in a lot of startups, from refugees to social media, honey and cannabis to kids, like different things. And I also do commission work. Sometimes a government or a company, they hire me to design things. I'm a designer. I've done theme park attractions. I've done projects for the Olympics. This picture is designed the VR platform for Emirates, Fly Emirates, and got a recognition, the best VR AR project of the world. So they hire me to do stuff, you know. And I'm also an artist, so I do interactive installations for museums, and I had pieces of art, interactive installations in different parts of the world. Besides that, I'm also a professor, and on and on and on and on and on. Meaning, you know, I like to be busy, but my life is under, you know, the umbrella of innovation. So let's start like getting into content, right? So this guy is the Waze co-founder, right? Yuri Levine. And he has this amazing t-shirt. He uses this a lot. Fall in love with the problem, not the solution. And when first you see this, like, yeah, whatever. But this is so important. It's so important. And it's very, very common that we even want to start our startup with the solution, with a product. Hey, I developed this. Let's start a startup with this. Yeah, but what do we do with this? I don't know. Let's see a problem that we can fit our, you know, product in that problem. You know, if I have a hammer, there's a saying, you know, for, I think I'm gonna try to translate this, but if you have a hammer, everything you see are, you know, nails because you have a hammer. But it's the other way around. You know, Jeff Bezos always talks about this. It says, you know, have a like fixed your mission, your problem, and be very flexible on the solution. But I want to, you know, work around this. I want to talk about, you know, problems first, right? So, do you agree with the sentence? The goal of an idea is to solve a problem. You know, I have an idea, and it's a good idea. It's solving a problem. So, correct. Thank you. I'm getting, you know, answer. Agree. You know, so I got two people agreeing. Yeah. So the goal of an idea is to solve a problem. We have to solve problems. And where are those problems? I mean, this is rhetorical. It's everywhere. Have you heard about this? People say that everything was invented. We don't need anything new. That's bullshit, man. Sorry, I don't know if I can say this. It's being recorded, but it's not. I mean, every time we launch something, we trigger human needs. I mean, who does not have a cell phone? I mean, just a few people in the world, but I think everyone is connected, has a cell phone, and suddenly a cell phone is a need, right? But like 20 years ago, a little bit less than that, a cell phone, like a phone that you can carry with you. Maybe a doctor might need this, but not us. Why would I want a cell phone with us? And now we have cell phones. I mean, if we forget our cell phone at home, we go back home to get, right? You know, you can even like forget your wallet today and you don't go back to get it. But if you forget your cell phone, you go back. I mean, you can even leave like your kid at home and like, oh, I forgot my kid. Okay, I'll get it later. But if your cell phone, you go and grab it. So I want to talk about ideas. I mean, are your ideas good? Are any ideas good? How can we, is it subjective? Is it objective? So what I'll do is like, I'll show you a video, okay? So keep up with me. Let's see this video. It's like short video. We watch this and then we talk, okay? Let's watch the video. Okay, what about that? Did you like any of the products that you saw? Any? Write down. None, yes, no, which one? I need your feedback so I know you're still there. All of them. The second back, that's a good one. What else? More? None? That's good. Number 5, most marginal improvement luxury. Yeah, I don't think it's a problem. I don't think it's a problem. Yes, fun stuff. We'll be practical maybe for one time. Maybe, you know, all of them. Some of them are like a typical meme, take my money, take my money. Yeah. Is it sustainable? Yeah, maybe yes, maybe not. But I can tell you that a lot of them sold a lot. So let's talk about this. How good are ideas and how good are your ideas? Okay, so I need everyone to participate in this. So it's an interactive part of the talk. This is how it's gonna work. I'm gonna show you an idea, and I'll explain a little bit, and then you have to tell me if it's a good idea or a bad idea. Good idea in terms of solving a problem and good business. Okay, I'm not giving you their numbers, their business plan or anything. And I just tell you a little bit. I want to develop your hunch, your feeling about an idea, right? Okay, let's move on. Okay, so first idea, the pet rock. Okay, the pet rock is a pet that is a rock. Instead of having a dog or cat or a lizard, you have a rock. Rocks, they're all different, right? They have like different shapes, texture, weights. And so the pet rock is this. You buy, you give, a pet rock. And they're like, there's a leash so you can go and take your pet rock for a ride. You have like a small nest so you can put your rock. The rock can sleep at night. I love the box. The box has this, holes so your pet rock can breathe. And there even is instructions booklet on a pet rock. What do you think? I want you to write down. Okay, Shisha already started. 0 star. You say good idea or bad idea. Try to make it binary. Good idea or bad idea. Bad idea. Bad idea. I'm saying Shisha saying. Raphael saying bad. Who else? Who thinks a good idea, bad idea? You have to say bad idea in capital letters. Okay, bad idea. I love rocks. Good idea for me. Okay. We have, Clinton Thomas say, not important, Ara, it's good idea or bad idea. Good idea, not compelling for me, it's not for you, Eva. Good idea or bad idea? Okay, right on, Aaron, good. Bad, Daniel saying bad. Okay, I think you like a couple of more people are missing, it's okay. Bad, good or bad, this is what I want. You're feeling, bad idea for me, okay, good. Good answer. Okay, Eva, perfect. Perfect, Nelly. Okay. So let me talk a little bit more about this idea. Thank you, Kristen. You're saying most of you are saying bad. Okay. This pet rock was sold by $3.95 in the United States in 1976, and the guy that came with this idea became millionaire. They sold this pet rock a lot. If you didn't have a pet rock, you would be a total loser. It was like an amazing product by that time. You might say it was not sustainable. We don't see this today, but who cares? I mean, maybe it was designed for that, but it was an amazing product in the time. He made millions of dollars, $3.95. And it was back 1976. Maybe it was like 1999 today. Around $20, and the guy was selling rocks. But wait, we were talking about good ideas are here to save problems. Is it saving a problem? Is it solving a problem? Yes or no? Yes, Faith. Yeah, really. They sold a lot. Is it solving a problem? What do you think? No. It can solve a problem. What problem, Aram? Yes. What for lonely people? Okay, we have some lead. We have a lead here from Aaron. Maybe loneliness. What else? What else? Maybe. Security problem. A little bit more on that, Daniel. It's a novelty. Okay, good. But what's behind the novelty? That's something very important, Akaki. Very important. You're right. Novelty. Yeah, but not everything that's a novelty, entertainment, maybe. Fashion. I think there's another word better than fashion. But you're good enough. You're going, oh, sure. You're getting something there. You're getting, okay, let me talk about this. It is solving a problem, If everyone has and you don't have, you feel there's something missing, right? Human beings, we need to belong. It's very important to belong, Imagine like a kid getting in school and their friends, they have this. What is the kid saying? Come on, remember a couple of years ago, the spinners, fidget? I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. I mean, it's not this is just an example, but the fidgets, it's just something that you hold with your hands and you spin it. Yeah. Akaki knows. Yeah. So you're right. But let's build on this. I mean, it was a good idea at the end. And there is like a word that's acronym actually. That's an English acronym in English that's very important. That's called FOMO. Have you heard about this? FOMO? FOMO? Yes? What is FOMO? The fear of missing out. Yeah, this is a real thing. The fear of missing out. What am I missing? Haven't you watched like the Tiger King, Joe Exotic on Netflix? No, what are you talking about? It's the fear of missing out. And this thing is solving a problem. Maybe the problem is that the parents, they want to give a cat to the kids, and I don't know if the cat will survive with those kids. Like let me give them a rock first, and I don't know, but it's solving a problem, and could be different problems. But let's move on. I have like other ideas so we can discuss. Okay, the $1 Million homepage. Let me tell you how it works. I have like roughly 1 million pixels on a web page, on that specific web page. So I sell you every pixel is $1. If you want to buy 100 pixels, $100. If you want 1,000 pixels, you pay me $1,000. And you can do whatever you want with those pixels that you acquire. If you have 1 pixel, you want it to be red, let it be red. And my promise is that whatever you put here is going to be here forever. Who thinks it's a good idea? So write down, good or bad. What is your feeling about this? Is it a good idea? Like, you could make money with this? Yes or no? Good idea or bad idea. Write down, good or bad. Anita, good idea. Good idea, Mary. Bad idea, Nelly. Who else? Good for the time. Tell me, good or bad idea. What do you feel? Good. Some people are saying good, don't know. But what do you feel, Stuti? What is your feeling? What is your gut feeling? Yeah, I think that was a lame idea, or I think it's a good idea. What do you feel? What do you feel? That's an important thing now too. Like hunch, the feeling is very important. Thank you, Stuti. Adam's feeling claustrophobic. Yeah, it's like a very clustered web page. Yeah, and okay, like more people. There are like 12 people missing in that thing. My big data explodes if you do. Okay, thank you, Jen. If you don't answer, I need answers. So feedback from you. Okay, so let me talk a little bit more about this. Okay, good, Sona. Okay, Jen. Okay, so this kid made $1 million. $1 million, 37,000. I mean, I think there were like a couple of more pixels than 1 million pixels. This kid managed to make $1 million out of this idea. He's selling the forever world in a world. You're right, Gborg. In an environment that's ephemeral, that's digital, and I'm selling, something that's abundant, and he found this. But not only he found this twist, he also found people to pay for that, right? Okay, let's move on a little bit. Okay, Bright colors in danger. Okay, so let's, quick. I'm gonna show you a picture. Quick, write down good or bad idea on your feeling. Okay, good or bad idea. Write it down. Write it down. Write it down. What do you think? Seeing this, good or bad idea? I don't have more explanations about this. You see this, what do you write down? Good or bad idea? I'm waiting. Write it down. Good or bad? Good or bad? Where's everyone? Good. Raphael, say good. Bad, Akaki. Bad, Faith. Horrible. Bad. Bad. So must have bad. Yeah. Some people are like, Oliana is like, bad. Ara says good. It's bad. Odd. Interesting. Bad. I mean, I just want to fill in on good or bad. Okay. Too close. Okay. So, bang. I don't know what it is. But, it sounds bad. You can say, oh, maybe it was dirty. And she was saying, but it was dirty. But it's still, it's a gun. And usually you shouldn't, look the gun this way. I mean, you have to handle it with care. I don't know what's the story behind this, but that's a film, right? Okay, another one. True story. Every story I'm showing here is true. Have you heard about this? The Holy Ink. So there's a story behind it. So this is a Cistercian abbey, in the US. Some years back. So one day, sorry, I think there's some audio there. So the story is that, the priests are going to prepare, the paper for the mass. And then, the monk says, hey, Father, there is no ink. Oh my God, we have to print those, right? We have a mass coming. So what do we do? No, I'm gonna buy more. So he gets his truck, he goes to Walmart. When he comes back, he says, Father, I didn't buy the cartridge. Why haven't you bought the cartridge? Because it's too expensive. And we know this, right? And he says, yeah, it's almost as expensive to buy cartridge as a new printer. Sometimes even like cheaper to buy a printer. And we know. So what do we do? No, I had an idea. I bought ink. So I'm refilling the cartridge. And we're gonna, refill the cartridge and reprint with the same cartridge. Does it work? Yeah, look. It's like, wow, it works. So after the mass, so they print the whole thing. And after the mass, he goes in, hey, Father, why don't we open a business out of this? A business? Well, we're here in the church, we're educated to be priests. We have this, holy mission to do. Yeah, but look, we can do the lasermonks.com. We don't sell just black powder. We offer ink and toner that are going to change people's lives. They're going to be helping people. So they opened the company. So what do you think? Is it a good idea or a bad idea? Write it down. Good or bad? Good or bad? Come on. Shishir, Gevorg, Nurek. Okay. Shishir say good. So it's like positive. Excellent. Very attractive. Good. Yeah, tell me good or bad. Good or bad. So you have like a positive feeling for this. Although they were in other business, you think that was a good idea. Who else? Thank you. Mary, good. Armin, thank you. Stuti, thank you. Adam, right on. So thank you. Bad. In arena, we always refilling cartridge. Yeah. But one thing is refilling cartridge. The other one is that the two monks are opening a company to refill cartridge. Bad. I don't know. Bad. Okay. So let me go one step further in this story. Okay. So in the year 2002, they made $2,000. In the year 2005, they made $2.5 million. Those monks, they started like an amazing, lucrative business. $2.5 million in 2005. And you know what happened? Okay, in 2005, they bought their first airplane. they bought their first airplane. Yeah, there were pictures on the internet with this monk with an airplane, you know, and okay, the year after they shut down the abbey, the church, and they dedicated themselves just to this business. You know, they received another call. It was another call from someone else, and they started this business. And at the end, it was big business. Yeah, not only Armenia, I mean, a lot of people, we refill our cartridge. Although some of the cartridges now, they have like an ID and this to avoid that. But it was big business, you know. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, dog goggles. Good or bad idea? I'm not explaining more than that. I'm just showing this, and I want your feedback. Good or bad idea? Great, bad, good, bad. Oh, bad, good. I mean, it's half and half. Huh? The best ever. One is like excited with it. He's already buying this. Stupid. Come on, nurses. Liana says bad. So, come on, take run. Commit. Good or bad? Good or bad? Funny bad. Funny bits. Okay, it's a good feedback. I would buy this. So Akaki's already like, you know, buying this for his bad. Good. Okay, Tigran, good. Narek saying good. Lara saying bad. Okay, it's kind of like half and half. Hey, doggos. Anita, thank you for your feedback. Saying bad. Guys, this is big business. If you go to Amazon.com, you're gonna see this. This is selling a lot. Come on, if your dog doesn't like the black edition, there's like red and silver. There are different sizes. This is super business. I mean, we see, you know, the whole pet things. Okay, besides the pet rock thing, and it's big business. We have like TV channels for dogs. We have acupuncture for dogs. We had psychologists for dogs, pets, dogs mostly, you know, sometimes cats. And this is, I mean, shoes and clothes and bakery. And now it's a big thing. You have a place for your pets to celebrate their birthday. So if you invite like all pets, and then you have like a birthday party. And this is a hotel. Thank you, Rafael. They're hotel for dogs. So not only in the movies, you know, the real world, they're like hotel for dogs. So this is like big business. And when we think about, wow, maybe it's a good idea, even if you don't have a dog, you know, even if you think, oh, my dog would hate it. But, you know, dog insurance, thank you, nurses. You're totally right. There are dog insurances. So the whole pet industry is an amazing industry. And this is a good idea. Let's move on. We're like half an hour on our presentation. What do you think? Quickly, what do you feel? Good or bad idea? Good or bad idea? Good or bad idea? One word, write it down. You see this, bad. I mean, thank you, Vork, really quick. You see this and you have a feeling. You're like, Aran, thank you. Nelly, thank you for feedback. So like all of you are saying, like you look at this, bad. I mean, you can even try to understand what's going on, but what we see is like a grown-up, what seems to be a grown-up, someone heavy, stepping on a glass window with like really flimsy metal rods. It's scary. I agree with you. It's like risky, scary, bad. So we have like negative reactions to this, right? I mean, I don't even know the explanation. I don't even know if the ground is just, you know, underneath this, but when I see this, I have the same reactions as all of you. Like I feel that's like a negative. That's like there's something bad going on. You know, some people might say that's why men don't live that long, right? Okay, let's move on. Eyeglasses for chickens. Look at this. Look at this. So this is look. This is like a patent. This is a patent that was filed back in the days, intended to prevent fowls from picking out each other's eyes and wait. And also making a unique appearance. So eyeglasses for chickens. Okay, now you write down. Bad or good idea? Yeah, those are eyeglasses for chickens. As weird as it might sound, Armin, pointless, so bad. You think it's bad, bad, useless. Maybe not. I don't know. It was like a patent from the old days. I'm gonna tell you when. So you're saying that, you know, Ara, if you have chickens, also let us know. For Super X, no, it's not for Super X. It's not Armin, it's not perseverance. So, okay, no more feelings. I had just a couple of good, mostly bad. Okay, the chickens, they cannot see blood. If they see blood, they're gonna dig and they might kill another chicken, right? So this idea is to prevent, chickens to big each other's eyes and kill other chickens. What is interesting? This is a 1903. This is a 1903. This is a 1903 patent, and the guy that invented this became a millionaire. And how? He managed to pass a law, in a lot of states in the United States back in the days. If you had a chicken farm, you needed to have chicken glasses there. And he became millionaire by his invention and his ability to lobby for those laws. So until the 1940s, you could find those. It was a long time for selling those things. And then, not anymore. People were not using this, and the law was really, had to change. That's dirty lobbying work, Shishir says. Yeah, I know, but it's another variable here that maybe it was solving a problem in a way, maybe not the best way of solving the problem, but then, it became a good business. So maybe it was a good idea. At least for him, it was a good idea. He made a lot of money with this idea. Let's move on. We have two more. Look at this. Subs. Maintain a low profile. Is it clear? What is the product? What is the product here? What is the product? Don't tell me it's the guy. The belt, exactly. Actually, is the suspenders, above the belt. So, and it's funny, to maintain the low profile. So good or bad idea? I'm saying yes. Shisher's already getting one. Bad. Liana is saying bad. I don't like. It's not, Christian, it's not for you. Think about this. It's good or bad? Good. Fashion. Shisher is saying fashion. Christian is not happy. Bad. Looks bad from faith. Interesting. Good. There is good. Hey, actually, I don't know if it's a good business. I don't know. But look at this way. Imagine Kanye West using this. If Kanye West is using this and he appears on a TV show or a video or in an interview with Donald Trump on CNN or Fox News, don't you think this thing might sell a lot? Can you see this product being connected to an influencer? Not practical, maybe Armin, I don't know. Maybe it is practical. Maybe it's practical for a segment. Come on. The suspenders, in the 1910s, 1920s, the elastic bands, they were not well developed, and men used suspenders for socks. Is not it racist? No, it's just showing a segment. And we see a lot of a hip hop culture that uses this. Hip hop is for Black and white and Asian and Hispanics, for everyone, but they're depicting. But I don't think it's racist. I think it's just a segment, and it's pointed to the segment. It's my humble opinion. But I totally see, like a rapper, I relate this to rap, and then I relate to Kanye West, And Armin is saying, maybe it's for teenager. Maybe you're right. What is the segment for this? This could be big business, right? So let's move on to another one. And that's the last one. And it might be, is the Kardashians card. Okay, now it's important. Who does not know what a Kardashian is? Please. It's important that you know a Kardashians. Know your Kardashians. You have to keep up with the Kardashians. So if you know what a Kardashian is, name a Kardashian. Come on, it's gonna be easy. So there are like 35 of them. Come on, name a Kardashian. Do you know any name of a Kardashian? Kim, thank you, Liana. Kim, Chloe. What else? Come on, there are many. Courtney, yes, Shishir, well done. well done on your research. Come on, there are more Kardashians. Courtney, Chloe, Kim, Robert, Kyle Jenner. That is yeah. Nelly, that was a good one. That's a good one. Although it's not a Kardashian, but it's from the Kardashian clan. Is the stepfather and now stepmother of the Kardashians. So this is a card, but it's a debit card from the Kardashians. Okay, now the question: do you think it's a good idea or a bad idea? What do you think? Write it down. You know, it's a debit card from the Kardashians. Good or bad? Jen, thank you for feedback. Mary, they say good. You know, she sure thinks is bad idea. Very good. So I'm saying bad, good. See, people are excited with this. Some people think it's a bad idea. Thank you, Ara, for your feedback. Thank you, Daniel, Gvor, Kaki. Hey, Narek, thank you, Stuti. Yeah, good. Most of you are saying good. Hey, it's PR Kardashian's yeah, absolutely. Depends on market segment. Yeah. Absolutely. Every product has a segment. You're going to talk more about that. But let me go in this. Okay, let me talk about segment. You're right. Let me go into that to share. Okay, what is the user scenario? You know. Okay, so first, who is this oriented to? Men or women? What do you think? For men or women? Write it down. Shishir thinks men. Discarded for men. Girls. Gvorg, I agree with you. Young girls, women. I think it's women. And I know it's not that men cannot have this, but it's oriented for women. It is women. And young ladies. Young, you know, because they see Kardashians as aspirational, you know, like role models. Okay? Kardashian followers, absolutely. Ara, you're right. I mean, you know, so this is the main target. It's not that I, myself, you know, male, not in the teenager age group, not living in the US, but I might have, but it's not designed for me. So I wouldn't be the early adopter. So that's the scenario. So this young lady, maybe she's 16, using the parents' debit card, goes on shopping in an expensive store, right? So when this young lady is going to pay, she takes the card out, and she would say, "Hey, Chloe wouldn't buy just one," and then, you know, get more things to buy. So this product is fostering an irresponsible behavior, irresponsible shopping behavior. So some people say it's good. It is. And some people said it was bad. It is bad. I mean, this is the type of like a evil genius or really, you know, bad, good product. Now it's forbidden in the US. Not forbidden that you can have like any picture in a card, but you can have picture of people that are going to be stimulating your irresponsible consumption. So it was a very good idea, but at the same time, you know, it was like a very evil one. So this exercise was very important because Mark Anderson says that there are opportunities and real money, but when there is no consensus. I mean, it's hard to make money in consensus. It's easier to make money when there's no consensus. I mean, you see, there are so many variables. We have like our gut feeling. Even if you think that, okay, it's not for me, I don't even have a pet, but I can see the doggos being a thing. We have to develop, you know, this inner, this gut feeling, as we say in English. And if everyone says it's a bad idea, most probably is a bad idea. If everyone says it's a good idea, maybe it's hard to make money on that. Maybe there is something already in the market that does that. So when people say about your ideas, some people say it's good, some people say it's bad, try to get more feedback than just good or bad. Why do you think it's good? Why do you think it's bad? Bad in what sense? You know, and get this feedback and be critical to the criticism. So, you know, I want to give you some, you know, some homework to do. So the first one is this. Write it down, please, and try to think very clearly, what is the problem you're trying to solve? Don't think about the solution you have today. What is the problem you're trying to solve? Okay? And it seems easy, oh, I'm trying to solve this, but put on a sentence. You don't have to tell me, but this is important for this exercise. Okay, I'll move on to the second out of 3 parts of this talk, and we're 40 minutes already. It's about people. So when we design something, we design for people, but we cannot design for the whole world. You can even say that the whole world could benefit from your solution. Yeah, but the whole world won't buy when you launch. We have limited resources when we launch, and we have to launch for what we call early adopters. Who is going to buy it first? Come on, Facebook. Zuckerberg didn't launch for the whole world, right? When it was the launch of his the Facebook platform? Where was it? To whom? Remember? Students? Absolutely. But students from where? You're right, Ripsing. You're totally right. Aaron, you're right. Where from? Stanford. But it was for his university, and then other universities, and then out of the university. It was like scale. Why? Because he was validating his idea. That's a smart way of doing. So if he say, I'm gonna launch to the world, I don't think it would be that successful. Let's move on. Talk about the stratosphere. Please, every human being is driven by status. You might say, I'm not, and I'll say, yes, you are. We have different drivers. The first, the stratosphere, as I call it, and it's being called, is the traditional. People who want bigger, better, faster. It's like a Daft Punk song, right? Bigger, better, faster, stronger. People are looking to have the best, the fastest, the watch, the car. And it's solving a problem that they have. Look at this example on the top right side, Porsche Design Tower. So quickly, if you have a Porsche, what is the problem that you have? Maybe you have more than one. What? If you have a Porsche is the brand of the car, very expensive car. What is the problem that you have? What do you feel? What do you feel? If you have a Porsche, what problem do you have? Nothing? Being cool? Parking? Expensive maintenance? I think you're all right. Gas problem? You might. It's not taking much petrol, insurance. Listen up. If you have a Porsche, let's have another Lamborghini. Security. Okay. If you have a Porsche, you cannot live in apartment building. What? Yeah. I know we were going to ask this. What? You cannot live in an apartment building if you have a Porsche. Why? Because you want to be close to that investment, so you live in a house and then you can see on your garage or through your window. But if you parking, exactly, right? If you have a Porsche, you don't want to live in a building because your Porsche will be, parked away from you. So this is in Sunny Isle. This is in Florida, in the United States. There is a whole tower that's called the Porsche Design Tower. And you can get into the elevator with your car and park in your living room. And then you can have breakfast, lunch, dinner, looking at your car or a series of cars. And it's solving a problem for them. It's solving a problem for them. Maybe not for me. I don't have one of those cars. But it's solving. If you have $4 million to spare, you could buy because it's sold out. I mean, yeah. And Bugatti is finishing a tower in front of this, across the street, across the avenue. Yeah. So it's about that segment that is about having the bigger, the better, the faster. I have other examples, even like a water closet made of Swarovski. There are segments for this. But people are different. Some people, they're into experiences, in stories. When you travel on a cruise ship, it's not about buying things. When you go to a music festival, It's not about necessarily about what you buy. It's about, seeing that artist. When you go to Galapagos in Ecuador, you go to Galapagos, you don't buy stuff. You just want to go to a very special place and leave those stories. The digital some people leave and they have a lot of recognition and the status of being in the digital world, right? The World of Warcraft, or what level are you in Pokemon Go, how many friends you have, how many followers, how many likes. Do you recognize that lady in the middle? Come on, Armenians. This is mostly for Armenians. Who is this lady that's there? You know her? Here's online oxygen. She became famous online. No? Come on, Armenians. Okay, nobody knows her. This is Erin. She has like 1.3, 1.4 million subscribers. She's the number one influencer on YouTube. The one on the right, you might know. PewDiePie. The one on the left, Paris Hilton. Paris, not Paris. Paris Hilton. So basically, they became famous because of the digital world. They need this online oxygen, and people live there. You heard about people selling avatars, right? To other people, and it is a big business. PewDiePie, that kid on the right side, he makes roughly $8 million per month, between endorsement and his YouTube channel with more than 130 million subscribers. But it's important for a lot of people. There's also the environmental conservation. People, they get status, they're recognized for protecting the environment. We know that environment is changing, right? We know about this. So why not making different choices? Or the segment of altruists, people that are sharing the resources. I don't know if you heard about, the suspended coffees, the picture that's on the top right. You go for a coffee place, you buy one coffee, you buy extra coffee. One of the coffees you take with you, the second one you hang or you suspend. If someone that needs a warm drink in the winter, they can go and get it. There are different examples that people were sharing their resources, and we see this more and more. Or we have two more. One is in the know. You get points and status for knowing stuff. I got to Yerevan and asked, hey, where is the best kebab I can try here? Where should I go? Should I go to Tatev? Should I go? And people, I respect them for giving me those points, and this is happening. And it happened also with the brands, TripAdvisor, Yelp. It's about this, in the know. It's about knowing stuff. And finally, maker, the whole makers statosphere. Entrepreneurs, people that do stuff, Kickstarter, makers. We are part of also this. But my point with this is about segmentation. It's about, please do not design for everyone. When you design for those early adopters. Who is going to adopt your product first? And then you launch them, you learn from them, and then you launch to a bigger audience, or you focus and you give them a better product. So they're like, when you talk about people, please do not segment it. And I've seen this, like in a big company, I'm giving a consultancy now. They say, yeah, we segment the Russians, the Chinese, the Brazilians. Come on, really? We're talking about, millions and billions of people in your segment, like country. Are all the Chinese the same? All the Russians the same? All Brazilians the same? Absolutely not. So design for a segment, know your audience. And the second exercise I want you to write down, not now. So is who are your early adopters? Try to segment them geographically, age group. There is an exercise I love that's called the user persona. Who would represent your segment of clients, consumers? who would benefit more from your solution? Again, the whole world could benefit, but if you had one product in your hands, who are we going to sell to? You know, for Armin, for Raphael, for Mariana, for Ripsim, for Faith, you know, you gotta understand, define your audience. Please do so. Write down later, who are your early adopters? Who are they? And who would benefit more from this solution? Okay, the last part is about purpose. And I'm gonna show you a video, it's like a 5-minute video, and then I'm gonna start wrapping up. It's about purpose. For me, this is fundamental. And you might think, hey, it goes a little bit away from product and solution, but it's not. I mean, our startup, it's us, it's our life, has to be connected for the things that we like to do, but we need a purpose. So let's watch this 4-minute video, okay?
How do you explain when things don't go as we assume? Or better, how do you explain when others are able to achieve things that seem to defy all of the assumptions? For example, why is Apple so innovative? Year after year after year after year, they're more innovative than all their competition. And yet they're just a computer company. They're just like everyone else. They have the same access to the same talent, the same agencies, the same consultants, the same media. Then why is it that they seem to have something different? Why is it that Martin Luther King led the civil rights movement? He wasn't the only man who suffered in a pre-civil rights America, and he certainly wasn't the only great orator of the day. Why him? And why is it that the Wright brothers were able to figure out controlled powered manned flight when there were certainly other teams who were better qualified, better funded, and they didn't achieve powered manned flight, and the Wright brothers beat them to it? There's something else at play here. About 3.5 years ago, I made a discovery, and this discovery profoundly changed my view on how I thought the world worked, and it even profoundly changed the way in which I operate in it. As it turns out, there's a pattern. As it turns out, all the great and inspiring leaders and organizations in the world, whether it's Apple or Martin Luther King or the Wright brothers, they all think, act, and communicate the exact same way, and it's the complete opposite to everyone else. All I did was codify it. And it's probably the world's simplest idea. I call it the golden circle. Why, how, what? This little idea explains why some organizations and some leaders are able to inspire where others aren't. Let me define the terms really quickly. Every single person, every single organization on the planet knows what they do 100%. Some know how they do it, whether you call it your differentiating value proposition or your proprietary process or your USP. But very, very few people or organizations know why they do what they do. And by why, I don't mean to make a profit. That's a result. It's always a result. By why, I mean what's your purpose? What's your cause? What's your belief? Why does your organization exist? Why do you get out of bed in the morning? And why should anyone care? Well, as a result, the way we think, the way we act, the way we communicate is from the outside in. It's obvious. We go from the clearest thing to the fuzziest thing. But the inspired leaders and the inspired organizations, regardless of their size, regardless of their industry, all think, act, and communicate from the inside out. Let me give you an example. I use Apple because they're easy to understand and everybody gets it. If Apple were like everyone else, a marketing message from them might sound like this: we make great computers. They're beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. Want to buy one? Meh. And that's how most of us communicate. That's how most marketing is done, that's how most sales is done, and that's how most of us communicate interpersonally. We say what we do, we say how we're different or how we're better, and we expect some sort of behavior, a purchase, a vote, something like that. Here's our new law firm. We have the best lawyers with the biggest clients. We have, we always perform for our clients, do business with us. Here's our new car. It gets great gas mileage. It has, leather seats. Buy our car. But it's uninspiring. Here's how Apple actually communicates. Everything we do, we believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. The way we challenge the status quo is by making our products beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. We just happen to make great computers. Want to buy one? Totally different, right? You're ready to buy a computer from me. All I did was reverse the order of the information. What it proves to us is that people don't buy what you do, people buy why you do it. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. This explains why every single person in this room is perfectly comfortable buying a computer from Apple. But we're also perfectly comfortable buying an MP3 player from Apple, or a phone from Apple, or a DVR from Apple. But as I said before, Apple's just a computer company. There's nothing that distinguishes them structurally from any of their competitors. Their competitors are all equally qualified to make all of these products. In fact, they tried. A few years ago, Gateway came out with flat-screen TVs. They're eminently qualified to make flat-screen TVs. They've been making flat-screen monitors for years. Nobody bought one. And Dell came out with MP3 players and PDAs. And they make great quality products, and they can make perfectly well-designed products, and nobody bought one. In fact, talking about it now, we can't even imagine buying an MP3 player from Dell. Why would you buy an MP3 player from a computer company? But we do it every day. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. The goal is not to do business with everybody who needs what you have. The goal is to do business with people who believe what you believe. Here's the best part. None of what I
think you got it, right? What do you think about this Simon Sinek's video? Do you agree with it? What do you think? You think it was thank you, Shisher. Was a thank you, Gvor. 100%. Thank you, Christian, Rafael. That's an amazing video. Puff, it makes sense. I totally, because there's very inspired. I agree with you, Daniel, because this is Simon Sinek's. The whole video is like 18 minutes. Yeah, there's a book about this idea, and this idea is very powerful, and it's true. And usually we know what we do, how we do, but why? Why? And we're not asking this. Come on, I've been to, to different companies, and I ask like big companies, and they have like amazing silly questions. Let me move on. We have to start to wrap this thing up. Let me give you. Is the number one question everything actually? Thank you. Yes, I agree with you. So listen, I don't know if you know this brand. Do you know this brand? Wrangler. So Wrangler is I mean, what they sell jeans. So this is Faith. I'll send you the link of the video. I'll send you the video link. The video link. Okay, so look at this example. So it's about Wrangler. This is a festival called Lowlands. Okay, Wrangler, they sell jeans. So what they're doing this. Thank you for the link. So you go to the music festival, and they're not selling anything. What they do is that they wash your clothes. So you go there, and they wash your clothes for free. Give your clothes, hang your clothes everywhere. And they give you like an overall that's a Wrangler in the back, and they wash your clothes, and then you get it back, and you go home and you're clean. So why are they doing this? I mean, this is genius. It's because they know their why. They know their why. So Wrangler did not sell jeans. Wrangler exists to make you look good. And by the way, I sell jeans. How can I make you look good? I'll wash your clothes for free because I want to make you look good. With this, they can sell other things because that's the reason why. Come on, Austrian Air. Austrian Air. It's not about transport people in an airplane from point A to point B. You know, Austrian Air had this thing a couple of years back that with the boarding pass, you had access for free and also with a huge discount in a lot of museums around the world. Why? Because the reason of being, is to make you discover the wonders of the world. By the way, we take you there. Purpose. Purpose, it's very important that you define your personal purpose and your startup's purpose. And the last last exercise I want you to do is to make your own golden circle. What you do, how you do, and why you do what you do. Okay? So that's the third exercise that I'd like to ask you to do. You don't have to share with me, but do this. And I'm gonna finish with a story. Okay? Promise. 4 minutes, and you're gonna be out of here. The story. So who is this guy? Okay, this guy could be anyone from the 19th century. But this guy is Frederick Tudor. Was Frederick Tudor? The Ice King. And this story is 1806. Okay, and this is in Boston. And when it's winter, what's in Boston? What you can find in Boston a lot? What do you think? What do you think there's in Boston in the winter? A lot. Ice. Perfect. Thank you, Aaron. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, and let's put in perspective. Okay, so this is 1806, and this is like the beginning of the movie Frozen, and it starts like cutting ice. If you haven't watched Frozen, the movie, please watch the first one. So it's about like cutting ice. So Frederick's partner knew how to cut ice, and make ice blocks. But he had traveled the world, and this is 1806, right? So like around like 400 years earlier, there was like a major disruptive innovation that came to the world. What was it? In the 1400s. What was it? Major technology, major disruption. No, it's like 1400s, way back. What was it? That, changed the world. Changed the world. No, 1400s, before that. Horse driving, no. I mean, I'm from Brazil. My country was discovered because of this technology. What was it? No, it was not a weapon. No. Ships. Thank you, Aaron. Got it. Ship. Yeah. So the thing is, like, Europeans, Spanish, Portuguese, they were leaving Europe to look for a way to get to where? To India, right? Because what they were looking for, what was like very precious in that time? Spices. Thank you, Jen. Absolutely right. Spices. But wait. To get to a ship in the 1400s, it was very expensive endeavor, right? Very expensive and risky, because you might not even get to where you wanted. What? Europe? By land, we know more or less road. We're trying to get like through the water. That's very risky. But they were investing millions and millions, right? I mean, why? Why were spices so important? Why? Why are you going to risk lives and put all this money to get spices? Because I want to, buy food, to bring something new? More than that. I mean, this wouldn't justify. You're right, but this wouldn't justify. What else? There was very important spices. It's not about, this is because the chefs trade was how they did this, but it was, transcendent, linked to royalty, not necessarily. Medicinal, no, but you're getting closer, Faith. Guys, it's because rotten food would taste better. Is for food preservation. Thank you, Muhu. Yeah, preservation. Rotten food will taste better. They would preserve food. Spices was very important. So let's bring to our story. 1800s, and Frederick Tudor had like traveled the world and had been to Caribbean, and he saw the Caribbean, even in the winter, they didn't have ice. So why not bring in ice from Boston to Martinica? Hey, it sounds like a good idea, right? Yeah. So the thing is that he put like a whole boat full of ice, and he went there. And a third of the ice, no ice got in there, no ice, you know. So he did it again, and like no ice got in there. I mean, melted in the way. A third time, and oops, he did it again. It didn't happen. So, but the thing is, in the warehouse, you know, the ice was being preserved, you know, and so they knew a little bit of, you know, loss of hydrodynamics, and it's like, wow, why don't we do insulation? So they did insulation, better insulation on the ships. He got more money, and they managed to do that, and then he became the ice king, transporting ice from point A to point B. But the thing is, you know, a disruptive technology came in. There was an ice machine, and this put this ice machine in Martinica. So what happened? You know, his business, he went out of business. He couldn't take, because you're producing ice in Martinica. So why wait until the long cycles to get this ice from Boston? We can make ice here. He went out of business, but he was not involved with his business. And time was passing, and there were those ice boxes. You know, people would preserve ice, so they're like selling less ice, and you know, and then suddenly came the refrigerator. So it's like one technology was disrupting the previous one, and Frederick Tudor was not on the new ways of the technology. You know, the ones that made the ice machine were not on the icebox machine. And the ones that make the icebox machine were not in the business of refrigerators. They couldn't see what was ahead, because the guy that was in the ice machine business was in the ice machine business. And this is a big mistake. If the business was food preservation, someone would have been involved in everything. Do you see the difference? This is very important for you. Do not be in the transport of ice from point A to point B. But listen, what could disrupt refrigerators today? Any idea? What? Imagine that we don't have refrigerators at home. Why? What can make it happen? What can make it happen? Any idea? What could disrupt the refrigerator business? Woohoo. Jen, any idea? Charles, hot weather? No. What else? Canned food? No, but you're getting close, Jen. Getting close. Climate change? No. Drying? No, but you're getting close, Charles. What could bring? Armin, you're getting very close. Cold weather? No. Because some places we don't have cold weather. Food that doesn't get bad? Yes, you're getting close. Sure, everyone is getting closer. So let me answer, because I don't have a lot of time. I have a conference now, another conference coming up with IBM. That is, no, but it's related. Package, Gevorg, you got it right. You got it right. Package. So packaging is already like a big game changer. I mean, we can have like fresh milk at home, a couple of weeks old. You can preserve food, but there's something else. And thank you, Armin, exactly for bringing this. Armin got it. You know, Amazon Prime, you know, like transportation. If we get food in many countries, in many cities, you can have your groceries delivered in half an hour, you know, maybe 2 hours. But still, if we're compressing time to technology, this could disrupt refrigerator. Imagine that you want like a cold glass of milk, and you just press a button, and then a drone comes through your window with your cold glass of milk in less than 2 minutes. Why not? And it's not like science fiction. Okay, today, imagine San Francisco, right? I don't know if you've been to San Francisco, but I know you've heard about San Francisco, and it's like a big city, but it's not humongous. But if today, if we had 2 drone stations in San Francisco, 2, we could deliver anything, anywhere in less than a minute. That's the reality, less than a minute. So was Frederick Tudor in the same business as Amazon? No. I don't know, Samsung that builds refrigerator is in the same business of food preservation or is in the refrigerator business? What I want to, bring to you is this. Please think about your reason why, your purpose, not on doing something that's statical. What is the problem you're solving? Is the problem of food preservation? Then you could transport ice from point A to B. You could make an ice machine. You could make an ice box. You could make a refrigerator, and you could make an Amazon delivery system. Please, the problem is more important than the solution. Conclusion, start with the problem, not the solution, right? Know your audience, and have a purpose in life and business, okay? Merci. Thank you.